Hi friends, in the last lesson we discussed or we well understood about XLOOKUP and its advantages. One of advantages of XLOOKUP is it returns not a value, a single value, but it returns an array or a cell reference. So returning of cell reference can be utilized to combine XLOOKUP with another functions, or we can use nested XLOOKUP. So today we will discuss how nested XLOOKUP works and also how we can combine XLOOKUP with some function to generate monthly reports. One of the major advantages of XLOOKUP is it returns not a value but returns an array. An array is returned. So this can be utilized here. That is we are going to discuss in next XLOOKUP. So when quarter 1 is here, suppose we give this as quarter 2, then the value has been changed. That is when it is 3. So again quarter 3 is looked up and the value is quarter 3 value is obtained. So in order to understand fully what is happening in using this nested XLOOKUP, just we normally what happens here, we can see XLOOKUP, then that lookup value is gross profit. We have to get the gross profit. The mixed reference is to be used here. Row is locked, so you can see. Then put the comma. Then lookup value. Lookup value with the lookup value is gross profit. So we have to check for lookup array. Lookup array is this one where gross profit is available. So this is a lookup array. Then we have to lock it. That is absolute reference is used here. Then again we have to put the comma. Then return array. Return array is we want the quarter 1 result. So this is the return array. So we selected this and it's also we locked. That is absolute reference is used. Then we can press enter. So we got this value and drag. So this one. So suppose we want quarter 2. When you change quarter 2 here, we won't get this no change because this cell reference is not used here. So in order to want quarter 2, what we have to do is nothing to do with this. We have to give another XLOOKUP here, and in that return array is to be selected this in this way. But what is happening here? Just to see that is quarter 1. So what is happening here? We can just verify here, and we will analyze this. Now we can delete here and we type the simply XLOOKUP, that is, so we can use the formula bar. So is equal to XLOOKUP, then lookup value, that is this is a lookup value D2. We can lock the row, then comma, that is gross profit is the lookup value. So normally lookup array is normally what? This one is a lookup array where gross profit is available. So here we have to use absolute reference. So press F4. Then again put the comma, then return array. Return array should be not only quarter 1, quarter 2 and everything we have to make available. So we use another XLOOKUP to get a return array. XLOOKUP, then lookup value. What is a lookup value? Lookup value is the quarter 1. That is a lookup value. It should be locked. Lookup value is quarter 3 and F4 is pressed. Again 3 times, press F4. So C is locked. This is a lookup value. Lookup value is quarter 1 or quarter 2. So selected from here, the cell C3. Then put the comma. Then lookup array. Lookup array is where quarter 1, quarter 2 available. This is a lookup array. The first row of the table. First row, quarter 1, quarter 2. This is a lookup array. First row is selected C5, G5. Then again it is absolute reference is used. Okay. Then put the comma. Then return array. Return array is here. This is the lookup array. So return array should be the entire values. So we select this, that is from here to here. This is a return array. This also we have to make it absolute reference by F4. So the second lookup is to be bracket is to be closed, the same color. Then again we have to close the bracket of first lookup and press enter. What happens? We got the value. Quarter 1 value is here. That is the gross profit. Here we can see. We can drag it. So while typing quarter 2 here, we get another value. So here also actually lookup is searching vertically and horizontally, where VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is utilized by using nested XLOOKUP. So actually in order to understand fully what is happening here, we just copy this, the second XLOOKUP. What is it returning? We can check. what is the return array, what values are returned. So just copy and we paste it here. So this is just this is the text only. So we have to give a equal to sign here. We put an equal to sign, then press enter. What happens? So you can see quarter 2 is here. So quarter 2 values are returned. So second XLOOKUP returns this value when it is quarter 1. It returns the quarter 1 value. So in order to select separately as here, this value is returned in accordance with the lookup value. When you use lookup value is quarter 1, it will return the array of quarter 1. So normally XLOOKUP have a lookup value, lookup array and return array. Return array changes, then the XLOOKUP value will also be changed. So in this 25, when select it as 3, then it is returned this value. Here you can see from this value, that is in the formula here, when you use quarter 3 as a lookup value, this is returned. From this gross profit is. So vertically downward, XLOOKUP just like VLOOKUP, it vertically downward and horizontally from left to right. So this is the way of using XLOOKUP in nested way. This is called a nested XLOOKUP. So this is a very dynamic one. We can make it very dynamic for in the searching. Another advantage of XLOOKUP is it returns a cell reference, not the value. We told that it returns an array. When array is pasted in a cell, it returns the array completely. Actually, it is returning the cell reference of that array. So that means, suppose we are finding the sum here up to 6. That is equal to sum. What we do? We select this one. So actually, what's shown here, not the 55,000. It shows the cell reference here. Cell reference. Then while we dragging up to here, up to date 6. So here 2 cell references are given, separated by a colon, G2 colon G13. So press enter, we get the total value, total sum of this between these two. Actually, cell reference is given in the formula. So we are making use of XLOOKUP characteristics, that is, it returns a cell reference. So click here, is equal to sum. Then actually, when we are using a long formula, long function, it is better to select formula bar. Otherwise, it will hide the values here. It will make difficult to select the cell. So sum. Then give inside the sum, give an XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP, first one is it shows the lookup value. Lookup value is the start date. We selected the start date, and again we give comma. Then it says lookup array. Lookup array is start date. Because it is start date, we have to select this entire one. We can absolute reference is used here. Then again comma, return array is to be selected. That is, return array is total sales. We have to find the total sales. Okay. Then then another one is actually here, if not found, we discussed in the last lesson, match mode, so and search mode. All these 3 are optional. That is why it is given in the square bracket. So we are not using that. Okay. Then put the comma. Then the first cell reference is over. Then we have to put the colon here. Just you have to watch the formula. That is, we are giving a colon 2 dots. Then again we have to give XLOOKUP. Then lookup value. That is, lookup value is this date. We cannot select the date. Then just click on the above cell and press the down arrow. Now J2. This is the first cell is J1 and this is J2 is selected. Just like here also I2, it is J2, IJ. J2, where J2 we have typed the date. So then put the comma. Then we have to find out the lookup array. Lookup array just like that. This is the lookup array date. Then again cell reference, make it absolute. Then put the comma again. Then return array. Return array again the total sum of the invoice. Okay. Then again press F4. Then first one is if not found. We discussed in the last lesson. We are not using. We can give it. You watch the last lesson for details. Then again put comma. We discussed about the all the match mode. Not going to. So default is 0. We have match mode is 0. Default is selected. So we are not giving anything here. Then again next one, it is search mode. We have to discuss here. First one, normally it is the default XLOOKUP from top to bottom. It looks top to bottom. Then when it is -1, it will search bottom to top. So we want -1 because first date is searched from top to bottom. The last one is bottom to top, because when XLOOKUP encounter a value, it will return the cell reference. So here 1 is 2 times. So first it encounter first one, it will return that value. That is, we have to delete here. So okay, then again from bottom to top. So when in encounter here 6 is used, 6 2 times, it will return this value. Okay, so -1 is used. Then binary search. Binary search we have to use when the data is in the ascending order. 2 is used. -2 when the data is in the descending order. Suppose the data is very large, or that is about 1 lakh rows are there. When the data is very large, binary search is very fast. We can use sorted data for XLOOKUP, and such cases we have to use 2 and -2. Normally we can use 1 and -1. Here we have to use -1 because we have to look from bottom to top. Because 9, suppose we are using the date 9, 9 is 3 time. When top to bottom, first 9 encountered, it will return the value here. And when bottom to top, it will encounter the first date 9, then it will returns that value. So we want the first time first value, then in the second search, you want the last value. So in this way, we can just close the bracket. So now XLOOKUP bracket is closed. Then again, we want to close the sum and press the enter. So we got the same value here. Up to date, you can change the date here. 7, sorry, 9, suppose 9. 9, it will get this, because in 9 here, in the first search, date is 1, this value is returned. In the second search, it is top to bottom, the value, the cell reference of this cell reference is returned, though sum between this one and this one is calculated. It will return, firstly G2 is returned, this is the cell reference, and here it will return the cell reference of this cell. So XLOOKUP return cell reference, that is utilized for finding the value between 2 dates. Suppose we want monthly sales, find out the monthly sales. So a large database is there. So first date January 1, last date 31st of January. In this way, we can find out the sum of the sales using XLOOKUP. XLOOKUP returns cell reference, that is used here. So we almost covered all the XLOOKUP utilities in lesson 20 and lesson 21, this lesson. Okay, we wind up the class today. Thank you for watching the class. Thank you very much. Goodbye.